All right, the other day we asked you guys about habits, and one of the top 3 habits that we got back that you guys want to implement in 2020 is your fitness. It's very common. So today we're gonna go over 3 ways, 1, 2, 3, that you guys can start to make that a new habit. So I would say the number 1 that we just need to get out of the way, like I did with the other videos, is that it's pain versus pleasure. So you have to understand that you're not gonna start working out right away and just love it. It's sometimes your brain is going to be like, you know what, that's probably gonna be painful, or that's going to take more time out of my day and it's going to seem painful. And so to get you to the pleasure point of it, where you actually like somewhat look forward, or you've retrained your brain to know that the benefits are going to outweigh the negatives, is that you need to do it for a while. So it takes a bit to get there. So just acknowledge that it's pain versus pleasure, and it's very natural. So don't be hard on yourself if there's some days you wake up and you're like, I don't feel like working out. Yeah, this sucks.
We all still have those days. They still exist.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just that now it's part of our habit and our routine, so it doesn't take us as much to move forward.
Yeah.
Where right now it might take you a bit to move forward, so be okay with that.
Yes.
So then we have to go into what is your current behavior, what's the trigger around that, and how can you reward yourself for new behavior. So we're gonna kind of give you some examples for ourselves so that you guys have a couple different options, so you can individualize it for yourself. So let's say a trigger. I know you're talking about the calendar. So you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, so just for me, if I want to be consistent with my workouts, I need to schedule them in. For years, it was just like, okay, I'm gonna work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I would say that, but what did that look like? When? What kind of workout was I gonna do? What kind of equipment was I gonna use? So now it's in my calendar, the time, the type of workout, and the length of the workout is all in my calendar. So when I'm looking at Wednesday, I'm like, oh, 1 o'clock workout scheduled, done.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah, and that's a big trigger because often, especially in the phones now, it sends you reminders.
Yes.
Right? So it's like, oh, yeah, got my workout tomorrow. So you can even set it up so you're getting a reminder 2 days before, or 24 hours before, or 6 hours before.
Yep.
And you can set as many of those up as you want.
Yes.
So it is a trigger reminder, and especially if you have your phone on sound, you will be reminded. And then to be honest, you're gonna kind of feel like an asshole if you don't end up doing it. So that is a trigger. So another one that I used to do a long time ago is that when I used to work out at I'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and work out, I'd put my workout stuff right at the end of the bed. So the days that I anticipated I would work out the next morning, I would leave it literally at my feet. And then I would wake up the next morning, sit up, put bra on, put shirt on, get out, put pants on, and then that was my trigger that I need to go work out.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just the placement of things. Sometimes it's just the placement of things.
Well, what I did in the morning, instead of the workout closes, I actually would set my alarm, and instead of writing in like the note of what it is, like work or pick up kid or whatever, I would write something like, girl, you've got this, or you're gonna feel so good after your workout. So if I wanted to hit snooze, I had to actually look at my phone and that message and be like, nope. I gotta get up. And just having that like thing right there in the morning to motivate me first thing, it was like, I can't do this to myself. I said last night I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it.
Yeah, and no, you don't suck if you have those feelings where you're like, I don't want to do it. Okay, I have a million excuses. I have so much to do today. I'm tired. I woke up a bunch last night. You know what? I'm a little bit sore today. Maybe should I or shouldn't I? And then like your brain's gonna go through that. That's very natural. Be okay with that. But you once you just start getting used to you have to learn to trust yourself again, that you're not going to just wipe it away.
One good rule of thumb is when you don't feel like working out, start. There are the days where you're gonna realize, I don't want to work out, I can't work out today, and you can leave said workout. But 98% of the time, you're going to be like, yes, I've already started, I'm going to finish, I'm going to feel so much better. So just when in doubt, start.
Yeah, and sometimes your triggers can be accountability. So signing up for a class, finding a workout buddy, using an app on your phone. So sometimes it's accountability. A trigger can be an accountability. We often do things more for others than we do for ourselves. So finding that accountability tool, whether that's an app, a person, a class, whomever, to just make yourself accountable. And then that could potentially be your trigger, because if your friend might be like, hey, you coming to class tonight? Do you want me to pick you up? Okay, yep. I was thinking about a million reasons I shouldn't, but yes, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about with rewards, like I had a client that every time that she worked out, she put $1 in a jar. When the jar got full, she was like, cool, I've got like $120. I'm gonna go buy myself a new set of tights from Lulu.
Yes.
So like you could set something like that up, where if I'm consistent with my workouts, me and my girlfriend at the end of the month are gonna go out for mimosas and brunch to celebrate. Like you're allowed to celebrate your success. This is a really hard transition, More celebration should happen. We often downgrade our successes.
Yes. You have to reward yourself. Your reward can't be weight loss. Your reward can't be 6 months down the road. When I crush my goals in 6 months, I'm gonna go on a trip and I'm gonna be in it. No, it doesn't work. Like even though I do agree with the one about going out with your girlfriends, you still need to have an immediate reward. You need to train your brain immediately that felt good. So sometimes that's social praise. When people go on and they do a sweaty selfie and they post it in our group, and we all go on there and we like it and we like woohoo and we give them virtual high fives, that literally has a chemical release in your brain that trains your brain that feels good. If they did that 5 days later, that's not going to have the same reward post-workout that it would immediately after a workout, right? So the immediate rewards are very good. I know I used the example in one of the videos, but I'm going to quickly explain it again just in case you guys didn't see it, is that we're retraining Rowan again with the same reward system we've done before. Every day, so we're calling it the night light challenge. So we want her to not have a big light on when she goes to sleep, just a night light. So the immediate reward is every day she wakes up, she only has this one special little carrier that has it. The only thing it's meant for is rewards, and it has a little crown on it and has these like little jewel stickers inside. They're very special. It's not something she uses all the time. Every morning she gets to put that sticker on a square. So that's immediate reward. We're like, oh my God, you got to get a sticker on there. It's so awesome. Like high five, give her a big hug. And then after 5 days, she gets a prize or she gets a present, right? So whether that's an experiential present and we go somewhere for a meal, or she just gets something from the dollar store. So you need the immediate reward. You need the immediate reward. And I don't mean to make it sound like condescending, that like we treat each other like children, but there is something to be said about retraining your brain, right? So give yourself an immediate reward. I love your dollar one that your client did, because that's an immediate reward every time. And you start to see that bottle fill up and you're like, oh my God, I'm so badass. You could literally do it with a nickel. You could do it with a quarter. Like it doesn't have to be $1. And then at the end, when you've reached however much money it is that you want to purchase something new, then that's an even bigger reward. More downloads of this is a good behavior.
Well, that's why I always thought it was great that you would buy yourself like a new workout item of clothing, because when you get those new items, I don't know about you guys, but I get super excited. I'm like, I have new tights. I can't wait to go to the gym and wear them. Or I've got new shoes. Like, it keeps you motivated.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And so when I say don't focus on weight loss, I'm not trying to say that people can't not want to lose weight. But if your goal is something really big and it's going to be like say 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, that goal is so far away that your brain is not going to give you all the necessary information to want to keep on going. It's going to feel really daunting.
You got to break it up into little chunks.
Yeah. So what we did just recently with Really Fit Online is we created a calendar. So every day we had a movement challenge. Now that movement challenge may have been stretching. It could have been dancing to a song. It was really simple. It wasn't like you're working out every day for 31 days. But every time we either check it or we'd cross it off. That tells the brain, you're like, I feel good. That felt good. It's just like getting a little sticker in school. I regress once again back to childhood. But like doing that starts to retrain your brain that it feels good. And then at the end, you're going to be more motivated to keep on going. Because even though the back of your mind is going to come up with the pain and pleasure and be like, but I have this to do and I have that to do and I probably shouldn't, you know what I mean? I don't have time, or I'm not worthy, or whatever negative self-talk you have, you're going to be able to eventually override that even if it seeps in.
Yep.
Yeah. So like we said, you have to first acknowledge pain versus pleasure. Then you guys have to move into your behavior. So maybe your behavior is coming home and that you immediately get into comfy clothes and you don't put on your workout clothes. Like change the behavior, change the trigger, get the accountability in, and find a reward system.
And obviously we're going to be diving way more into this during the 28-day.
Yeah.
This is just a little taste of what's to come.
Yeah.
But if fitness is where you're struggling, this program is going to be great for you, because we are going to be talking about this more and more.
Yeah, we're going to basically be setting up with each individual different behaviors, different triggers, different reward systems. So because one might not work for you, like one might not work for you that works for me. So we have to find out what kind of gets you off.
Yeah, this is not a cookie cutter program. It's individualized. It's choose your own adventure. You're all different people with different goals and different wishes and everything. So we're going to make it so that you can accommodate this to be exactly what you need in this moment.
Exactly. And for some people, this is going to be fairly simple. They've gone and they've done goals before and they've set up new habits and they have a lot of confidence doing that again. If you don't have the confidence and you're a self-sabotager, we're here to help you build the confidence and kind of like build on each goal, right? So build on each habit, and as soon as you keep knocking those down, you're going to build up your confidence so that moving forward, you're going to be able to do them on your own. So yeah. That's what we're here for. But if you got it covered, then hopefully these are some great tips and you guys like just kick some butt in 2020. So yeah, thanks for watching. Oops.